What's up, everybody? Welcome back to X-Plane 11. My name's Micah, and we're here in the 737-800 Zebo mod, of course, inside the cockpit. Here, currently stationed at Phoenix City. Correction. Ugh, man, I always say that. There's a town near here called Phoenix City where I live at. Phoenix Sky Harbor International. What's up, Alan A? Welcome. Welcome to the stream, man. Welcome. So we're going to be flying from Phoenix Sky Harbor International to Los Angeles International. Our cruising altitude today will be 36,000 feet. And should be about an hour and 15-minute flight-ish around there. So looking forward to some time to answer some of y'all's questions along the way. But let's go ahead and get started here and getting this aircraft up and running. Alrighty, let's go ahead and go. Hold on one second, moving something around here. Alright, let's go ahead and get up here and start this battery on so that we can start getting some power into this aircraft. We already have the GPU connected, so we'll go and turn that on as well. What's up, Chanix? Welcome. Welcome. Appreciate to see I have some viewers from across the pond. Go and turn on these emergency lights as we're doing that. Alrighty, fantastic. That's all up and running. Now that's all running, let's go ahead and pop down here. Oops. Before I do that, I need to just go and change the mic selector and change the nav. Get my IRS aligning. Alright, fantastic. Clear that master alarm. So I'm going to show you a couple of the charts I'm going to be using today. This is my flight plan. Will be about 5.6 tons of fuel in the aircraft today with about 2.1 reserves. We will be, this is our route right here, so we'll be flying from, again, Phoenix Sky Harbor International to LAX, and these are of course, the SID, and then our waypoint direct to this waypoint, and then the star into KLAX. If you guys want to follow my aircraft as it actually flies, you can do that. The way that you can do that is going to Project Fly, which you can see in the lower right-hand corner of your screen. Project Fly. Go in there and search Micah Messer, MICAHMESSER, under the Friends tab. Or you can just pull up the radar and look at where Phoenix Sky Harbor International is, and you will see me sitting there on the tarmac, and you can follow my aircraft while it's in flight using the radar. Pretty cool little thing you can do there if you want to get that immersion level a little bit up. And right now we're looking at, this is pretty much what we're going to be running with. Our TOS about 64.3 tons total, payload's about 17.1, and about 140 passengers. Cargo is not too much, 2.5. So not too bad weight-wise. It's a little heavy, but it's not full heavy. Again, like I said, we're going to be flying at 360 will be our flight level. At this level, we got some pretty strong winds coming from the west. So we'll be running into some headwinds as we go, which will slow down us very slightly. We have 251 at 078, so at 251 degrees, we're having winds at 78 knots. Pretty strong winds, like I said. So we'll be facing some pretty strong headwinds as we go along, but that's okay. We are, at this point, kind of used to it, if you know what I'm saying. I mean, this is very uncommon to see that. You're from TNCB. Well, welcome. Yep, I know what you're talking about. I've flown, I think I've flown in and out of there a couple times. That was back in my FSX days, though, not in X-Plane. All right. So let's go ahead and continue on in our starting this aircraft. We're going to go ahead and get our reference airport in here. And some of you guys may have asked, I'm not sure if you have or not, but why input the reference airport? That's going to let you know if your GPS is like entirely off. So this is our reference point for the center of the airfield itself. And we go to our next page, we look at our GPS coordinates. We pull that and we drop it here and we look, it is really, really close to that one. So that allows you to kind of see, okay, we are in the correct place and it's not screwed up in some way or fashion. So a little thing you can keep there as a kind of a check. We're going to be heading again to LAX, like I've said. And our flight number today is going to be Southwest Airlines 2226. And we'll be taking off, I believe, I want to say it was that 26? Yeah, 26. One-way 26, which is actually on the other side of the airport. So I'm going to have to taxi a little bit, but that's okay. Go to our initial. We're going to go just pull our gross. And remember I said what our gross weight would be. And if we look, it is slightly off, but that's okay. And that's because there's a slight difference between what this brief was created with and the actual weight of the aircraft here. But that's just based on the fact that it's a slightly different model, if I'm not mistaken. But I tried to do my best when I was setting up the actual weight to get as close as possible. And it's close enough. It won't be too much of a pain if it's just that slightly off. So anyway, altitude again, 360. Remember our cruise and wind, if we go in here, we slow it again. It's going to be about 250 at 7.8. So we'll go ahead and put that in there because it kind of varies a little bit. But put that in here. Fantastic. And let's see here. I'm trying to remember. There it is. This also, you can see your wind speeds up here as well. So, climb, top of climb. So top of climb, about 360. We see that winds at 251 at 7.8 knots, and degrees is negative 55. So we're going to go in here and top of climb, speed right here. Oh, not speed. Oh, gosh. Top of climb, temperature, and negative 55. Right there. Fantastic. All right, reserves is 2.1. And cost index 30. You can kind of vary on the cost index. Anywhere between 20 and 40, you're going to be fine. Go and execute that, and N1 limit. Go and pull the current temperature here, which is plus 29 degrees Celsius, which is about, if I'm not mistaken, about 70-something degrees Fahrenheit. I'm not someone who uses Celsius a lot, so don't hold that to me. All right, going to take off now. And flaps 5, of course. What else would we use? Flap 5 is always what you use. And not always. I say that you don't always use flaps 5. There may be some airfields you actually have to use 10. Anyway, going V1, VR, V2. Looks great. Those look fantastic. Okay. Oop. Just hit my thing there. All right. Going to departure now. We're going to go ahead and start into our actual what do you call it? Flight plan? Yeah, that's what I'm trying to talk about. The actual flight plan. So our SID today, their standard instrument departure is going to be KENS 2. And we're going to be transiting Messi, which is funny. It's really close to my last name, Messer. Haha, funny. Okay, I think I'm funny, but you don't have to think I'm funny, I guess. So we're going from Messi direct to Estwid, but I believe we don't even have to worry about putting in a point, because if we go to arrival in KLAX, what was the Hollywood 1, and we're doing transiting Estwid, I think it's Eastwood is what it's supposed to stand for, and we're going to be landing on runway 25 left, but we're using the ILS 25 left. That's right, I'm going to be flying an ILS approach. They kind of demonstrate that. I have had the request for that, so ILS 25 left. Looks great. We're going to go into our legs here, and we're going to go ahead. Let's go ahead and activate that. And we're going to go through here, remove some discontinuities, looking for any vectors or manual stuff. Nope, looks pretty good to me. Nope, looks pretty simple and good to me. I'm liking that. All right, fantastic. So now that is done, let's go ahead and set our cruising altitude as our initial altitude because we don't really have an initial altitude. So we'll go and set that. What was my V2 speed? 146. We'll set that in the IAS. 146. All right, let's go over here to my charts and look for PHX. All right, so our initial heading out of Phoenix Sky Harbor International will be 258. So if we go over here and make this 258, and let's see, and what do I want to shoot here? I guess, I mean, that'll be fine. Because we're heading Ken's, ISO, and then we'll head up to Messy up here. And I could do a radial off of Phoenix, which is still going to be 258, I believe, if I wanted to. So we can go ahead and actually set my course for 258 as well. Like so. Fantastic. Okay, I'm trying to remember now what is next here. Let's go ahead and input some of my radio frequencies I'm going to be using today. And we bring up LAX. We're going to be using 109.9 for our ILS frequency. So 109.9. And is there a VOR I can shoot off of on my approach in case I have to do when I'm using Vorlock? Yep, 113.6. And that's going to be a, what's the 251? Oh, I just lost the number on that. What was it 13.6? So switch this real fast. 13.6. Fantastic. And what is LAX's ATIS? 135.65. So we'll go and put that in here as well. 0.65. Fabulous. Okay. That is wonderful. Let's go ahead and start the flight leg here. Do our welcome aboard message. All right. Awesome, awesome, awesome. We're getting moving here in just a second. Bring up my, nope, wrong thing. This real fast. So I have this as reference. Go ahead and test my lights here. Make sure everything's working great. Oops. Need to do, yep, there we go. And looks like we're going to be good and golden here. No failures or anything I can see. So we'll go ahead and get rid of that. We'll do test 2, test 1, recall, master caution off. All right, turn on hydraulic pumps, electric hydraulic pumps, yaw dampers coming on. Let's go ahead and get my APU started here. And let's do our altitude as well, 36,000. I'm not doing a proper flow, guys. I'm just getting everything where it's running here. Hopefully we have a good flight today. Weather seems to be all right over in LAX. Nothing too crazy going on. Nothing too crazy. Let's go ahead and actually, let's keep it on auto and let this manage those V-speeds for me. Is my APU on yet? It looks like it is. So we'll go and switch over to APU, gen off. Go ahead and remove our ground sources. We're going to go and pre-plan our pushback here. Let's go with that's kind of like weird. Let's just go with that.
Ground to cockpit, plan acknowledged.
No,
Call
I'm
me
not.
through the menu when you are ready.
I'm not flying on VATSIM. Honestly, VATSIM makes me nervous because that's one thing I do not have, and that is radio communications down. I do want to do it. I will, dadgummit, I will get it down someday. It's just not something that's been on my radar. I've been so focused on learning the ins and outs of different aircraft. I do need to go and you know, take some of that, but you know. Okay. Anti-collision lights coming on. Let's go ahead and I believe now we can go and request pushback here.
Flight attendants prepare for departure, cross check and all call, thank you.
If I'm forgetting something, I will find out later. Oh, you know what I am forgetting? Let's go ahead and
All right, we've got everyone strapped in. Give us a ring if you need anything.
departure ATIS 127.57. 27.57. I need to see what the barometer is saying today.
Phoenix Sky Harbor INTL information Zulu. 2200 Zulu weather. Wind light and variable, visibility more than 10. Sky conditions 18,000 few, 21,000 scattered, 27,000 broken, temperature 28, dew point -3. Altimeter 2990. Arriving runways 26, 25 right, 25 left, departing runways 26, 25 right, 25 left. Advise on initial contact.
All right. Fantastic. Going to turn our flight directors on. And let's go ahead and get pushback going here. You're training right now, flying with ATC, but it's only me and doing touch and goes. Well, that kind of, I mean, that it's training, right? I mean, as long as you know what
Ground to
you're...
cockpit, tow is driving up.
Gosh, that is loud. As long as you know what you're supposed to be saying, I mean, practice is always great. So I will not criticize you for that. I need to do it myself. So we are waiting for this guy to hook us up. And go and check our elevators right here. Fantastic. And rudder. Looks good to me.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
It's probably you're just so focused on what you're doing that you don't hear them. But it's possible there's also something technically wrong as well. Oh, I knew I was forgetting some. See, when ATC is here, you know, you can see, like, they'll give you your squawk and everything when you ask for clearance, but I always forget to do it in this.
Tow connected and bypass pin
We'll just make
inserted.
something up
Release
here.
parking brake.
Release parking brake. What is Project
Starting
Fly?
pushback, and you may start engines.
Project Fly is basically a system that goes with any flight simulator program out there, and basically what it does is, you know, I need APU bleed on. Duh. Exactly, it's kind of like a flight tracker. It's really awesome. It kind of, you get to see all these other people out there. It has like a booking agent, so it actually shows you real flights that are coming up that you can use as platforms to actually fly with. Really cool. I love it. It also pushes out for streamers all the information you see at the bottom of the screen, so you get to actually see all that live as well. I'm thoroughly enjoying it. I honestly, I'm surprised I didn't know about it. But the fact I do know about it, it's pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. And we'll switch over. Oh, well, yeah, of course. I mean, it's not like DCS or any of that kind of stuff. No, I mean, when I say any, I meant like P3D, X-Plane, FSX. Yeah, the main three. Yeah, it's awesome, man, and it's free. Free, man.
Operation complete. Go ahead and set the parking brake. Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
You are the God help with that. Seeing that video. Oh man, I am definitely no god. That is for sure. There is only one god in my book. Switch over their generators now. AP will come off. AP bleed off. Isolation to auto. Left and right packs to auto. Go ahead and get that hand signal on the right or left, whichever they choose. And today we'll be taxiing. Bring up my chart here so you can see what I'm talking about.
Tow is disconnected and bypass
There
bin
it
has
is.
been removed. Hand signal on the right. We'll see you next time and have a safe flight.
I need to turn down that volume. That is ridiculously loud. So we're going to be taking taxiway Delta to Tango. I'm sorry, Delta to Sierra, not Tango. Sierra to Bravo, Bravo all the way down to Bravo 13. We'll get onto the runway and we'll take off heading at about 258. So when I see the Airways was not included, but the Vancouver to Seattle is fine for me. Hey, whatever works, right? Whatever works. All right, so it said hand's on the right, correct? Okay, they haven't stopped moving yet. They're clearing out of the way so they don't hit anything. Okay, I don't hit them. I guess they're ready now. They just kind of disappeared, so I don't know. Okay, releasing that parking brake, giving it a little bit of gas. Go and test that brake real fast. Yep, looks like we're good there. And weather just changed. Heading up to taxiway Sierra. Yeah, Harvey, that can happen. Now, you don't actually have to set it to 0. You can set it to the intercept point, basically where you intercept the glide path. So, for example, into LAX, it's going to be 1,900 feet. And that means they'll drop you down to 1,900 feet. And then once you hit the approach, approach overrides that altitude hold. So once you hit that approach button, it'll automatically bring you down into the glide path. Oh yeah, absolutely. Hand landings are absolutely fun to do. That's why I still fly it in the last little bit. But if you're talking about like doing the whole pattern and everything, yes, it is fun. You should know how to do that. Before you fly it automatic. Got a bunch of U.S. Airways. Looks like 757 right there. Another 757. And another 757. Wow, 3 757s right next to each other. I did not know that they invested in so many 757s. The more you know, I guess. Still very new to aviation. Hey, I mean, technically, I'm as green as they come when you're talking about actual aviation. If you're talking about sim piloting, you know, I'm not, but, you know. I'm going to check left and right, make sure no one's going to hit me. And then turn right onto Bravo Taxiway. And I'm looking for Bravo 13, which should be up here on the left. Going to turn my Pro Peeps on. And clear the aircraft for departure here.
Okay, the cabin is secured. Have a good flight.
Drop flaps 5. Forgot to set this barometer right here on my secondary instrument. Go ahead and engine stats to continuous here. Wing comes on. And we're approaching, I believe it's going to be Bravo 12 and then Bravo 13. Yeah, Bravo 12 and Bravo 13. So we're hitting Bravo 13 and then we'll use as much runway as possible. Always recommend using as much runway as possible if they'll give it to you. Alright, let's go ahead and activate our TCAS here. And here's Bravo 13 right here. Last check, 5 flaps. RTO. They're up. Continuous, landing lights on. Looks like we're going to be clear for departure here. So let's go ahead and get on here. Go and check left real fast, make sure the runway is clear. Because you never know with AI aircraft, sometimes they'll just be flying down the runway towards you. They said 26 was their departure today, so hopefully they weren't lying to me. Alright, go 40%. N1. Activate N1. And just focusing on keeping that yoke down just a little bit and keeping our center aligned here. Just seems like we got a little bit of crosswind from the left here today. I'm feeling it. Have to put a little bit of rudder in there. 80 knots. Looked at everything. Looks good. Engines looks good. Stabilized. Releasing that pressure. V1 rotating. Rotating up to 15 degrees pitch. Keeping that rudder in a little bit.
Positive rate.
Keeping us centered on that runway. Positive rate. Gears coming up. 15 degrees. 15 degrees. Maintaining that 15 degrees.
400.
400 feet. Flaps are going to start coming up. BNAV and LNAV are activating. Going to start making our left turn here
1,000.
now. 1,000 feet. Flaps coming up all the way. RTO coming to the off. .2,000 feet above. Go and activate autopilot now and let the aircraft fly it itself. What does N1 stand for? Honestly, I couldn't tell you what it stands for. I know it has to do something with the pressure on the engine, and that's why you use it, because it goes up to N1, which is calculated in the takeoff. I need to see if I can show you. So you have N2, which is, I think, again, it's something to do with pressure. N2 and then N1. And what it does is it gives you a certain percentage of the full amount to actually allow you that it'll go on, and it's to keep your engine from overheating. But what it's actually referring to, I honestly could not tell you. Again, I am no expert when it comes to what things mean. I can get the aircraft up in the ground, I can fly it somewhere and land it, but exactly what all that stuff means, I am not your man. And we're going to close that out. You can see we are now on Wolku, and now flying 268. So we'll go ahead and select 268 here, just in case we lose some L now. We can always go to heading if we need to. But it's a pretty simple flight here from Phoenix Sky Harbor all the way into LAX. Pretty simple. So I do want to talk to you guys just a second here as we're climbing above 10,000 feet. Go and select that off. I have some awesome special news for all of you out there watching this, either live or after live. Go switch this to off. So the special news, let me make sure I didn't accidentally lower it here. Nope, we're good. The special news here is that since I have passed 1,000 subscribers, and I'm now actually at 1349? Since I'm at 1349, I actually am able to offer something pretty cool to you guys, and it's called, YouTube calls it membership, okay? I'm not calling it membership. I am calling it the Flight Club. And what that means is some pretty cool little things. For example, you get some cool emojis, which I'm about to send you in the chat. And those emojis come with the membership program. You get those to post anywhere, all my streams, all that kind of stuff. It's 737, the Cessna, and of course the A320, all there for you. When you join the membership, the first month you are you have a little Cessna next to you. The second month you have an A320, and of course the third month you have the Boeing 737, as that is definitely my favorite aircraft. And I believe it's like $4.99 a month is what it costs. But that's not all. There's more to it. So if you do join, you get to be a part of the Flight Club Discord, which is purely for, it's exclusive, yes. It is for members only, those who pay the $4.99 a month through YouTube, of course. You're not paying me directly. And what that'll basically give you, go and switch to standard here, is access to me all the time. Whenever you have questions, you can send them to me right there on Discord, and I'm more likely to answer them there than I am on YouTube, as I will have that where notifications show up when people at me and all that kind of stuff. So I'll be able to answer questions directly, interact with me a lot more, but you also get to interact with everybody else who is interested in flight simming in general. And you can ask questions of each other. You can, support each other. I'm going to allow channels to, share your own channels that you're doing videos and stuff with. Have at it. You got news about aviation? Throw it in there. We'll discuss it. We'll talk about it. I think A320 should be better at the end. I'm a Boeing man. What can I say? I'm a Boeing man. But anyway, so it's interesting. Maybe it does look a little bit more. I mean, yeah, it's actually a more modern aircraft than the Boeing 737. But I just find the Boeing's interface easier. But anyway, it's possibly because that's what I learned first. So there you have it. But anyway, so it's a cool little thing I'm doing for you guys. Yes, it does cost money. So if you can't afford it, listen, it doesn't hurt my feelings, okay? It doesn't at all. But having that together is going to be something that's awesome and allows us to really, be a lot more. I don't want to say the word intimate. That has the wrong connotations. Have a lot more one-on-one time, so to speak, to discuss things. If it ain't Boeing, I ain't going. Oh man. So anyway, that's something that's new. I just started it, just opened it up today. So you can go ahead and you can hit that join button below this video, actually, whether it's on mobile or on a laptop or desktop or any of your devices. You'll be able to hit that join button. I don't know about smart TVs though. I haven't tried that, but every other device I know. But yeah, so that's an option for you guys if you want to support me monthly. I would very much appreciate it. $4.99 a month. It's not a lot of money, but I understand that some people still, you may not be able to afford it, and I understand that. But yeah, so $4.99 a month, about as much as a Big Mac per month, and you help support me, help me bring quality stuff to you guys. The money I get from y'all will not be like money I go and buy dinner and stuff. I have a full-time job for that. This money will purely go from y'all to specifically providing you with better content. Whether it's buying add-on aircraft or scenery, or doing more live streams, not having to work extra, do all that kind of stuff. Yeah. So anyway, I wanted to share that with you guys. I'm going to stop blabbing about it because I don't want to seem like I'm desperate for money, and I'm not. But that is something available to you if you do want to support me in a monetary way. But if you can't and you want to just support me anyway, liking, subscribing, and sharing this video, and commenting actually, helps boost it in the algorithm. The great YouTube algorithm. And when you do that, It helps me get more notice and helps me continue to build my channel. So that is absolutely something that you can do for me. That is absolutely free. Like, share, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. If you have, thank you. I wish someone would subscribe while watching this video so we could see my cool little actions. I built actions into this streaming software so we could see cool things happen. Like, different things happen. You subscribe, something happens. If you join the membership, something happens. Cool things. Cool things. Yes, that was the sound of a jet passing by, and that is part of what would happen when someone does join or subscribe and stuff like that. Anyway. Looking like it's going to be a smooth flight here. First flight with them, so you passed out, forgot to pressurize the cabin. Hey, I didn't do that the first time. I did that, I don't know, it was 6 months ago, 7 months ago. The join button isn't there. That's weird. SSL, welcome to the stream, man. That is weird. It's not there. Let me see. Whoop. If you're on a mobile device, it should be right next to the subscribed button or subscribe, where it's I don't know how to specifically show this. Let me pull it up here on my mobile, my browser here on the computer, and maybe I'll be able to show you. Yep. So you're gonna see something weird here. So it's right here next to the. Of course, you won't see analytics. You'll see where it says subscribe, or subscribed. So it should be somewhere right around there. If it's on mobile, it should be in the same little general area. But yeah, so there you go. Can I send a link to it? What do you mean send a link to it? You mean, can I send you a link for you to join? I don't know if there's a... I don't know. I don't know if there's a specific thing.
Thousand to go.
1,000 feet to go to the top of climb here. Actually, I do have a link here for you. There we go. What's up, Quasar Navy? How you doing? You can just copy the emotes. Of course you can. But you don't get the little emote thing by your, what you call it, your name. You don't get that. And you also don't get access to the Discord, so, you know, whatever. Are we there yet? No, we are not there yet, sir. I just had posted. It just didn't feel like starting for it quicker for me to type it. So let me. You just want to know one thing, please. Well, go ahead and ask. I may or may not be able to answer your question, depending on what it is. You didn't get your peanuts. Well, listen, it's Southwest. I don't think Southwest serves peanuts anymore. I think they serve pretzels only because of that whole allergic scare thing that happened. So let me show you guys the what Project Fly looks like. So this is Project Fly. This is on the radar. You see all these aircraft. This is all connected to Project Fly. You see all of them on the blue aircraft right here. So if we zoom into my area, see I'm out of Phoenix. You can click it. It actually shows you all the information. So about 35 minutes. We get there, heading 285, ground speed, altitude, all that kind of stuff. It's all right here. You actually get to see it, and you can see there's a little bit of weather coming off in Los Angeles, but nothing crazy. See, we got a couple aircraft flying around in Los Angeles as well. So anyway, I wanted to show that. It's a pretty cool thing, I think. How the Project Fly overlay appear on the screen. There's a tool under when you go into actually Project Fly, go into settings. This tool for streamers. It's just copy and paste the URL that you put into your thing. Does Southwest do vodka and Coke? If so, put me a ticket. I don't know. You probably can, but you probably have to buy it. You know how they do things. They like to make you purchase anything that's extra. Looks like 4Flight. I'm not exactly sure what 4Flight is, but sure, why not? Looks like for 4Flight. Alright, I'm going to go and drop my altitude down to my intercept altitude, which is 1900. I'm 16, I really want it. Well, I don't know where you're from, but I think you may have told me, but if you are inside the United States, you can't have it until you're 21. I wonder if the ATIS is popping up yet. Wait, I think it's 135, isn't it? Yep, 135. So it'll automatically pop up when it. Oh, it's actually 133.80. Oops. No problem, Quasar. That's why the US sucks. I want my pretzel. Give me my pretzel! Hey, if I could go through the screen and give you a pretzel, I'd do that. It's going on the reviews. Yeah, UK's a little different. Only recommend is go live or just a live stream, or with that, or just without live stream. So It works with, I mean, it works without live stream. You can just record. But when you live stream out, it works as well. So it's either one. This probably have a helicopter. Yes, it does. Am I working my way there? No. I am not. I thought about it, but I decided not to. I did seriously consider it though. Becoming a rotor wing pilot. Mr. Mule, welcome. You just found your channel, so hi. Well, hello to you, Mr. Mule. Welcome. Well, if you just found it, that means you haven't subscribed, right? So go ahead and hit that subscribe button so I can show these people what it looks like when someone subscribes. Can you please show me how to pass it? I'm not exactly sure what you're asking there. Oh, go to settings and show you how to do it once. Let me see if I can do it while I'm actually flying. I don't know if I can. Oh, I can. I'm gonna make sure my overlay link is not gonna show. Okay, I'll show you. I'll show you because you asked. So you go to under settings, streamer tools, and then this is it. This right here, this link, you copy it, and then you put it into a thing inside of OBS or whatever you're using, XSplit, and use it as like a web URL, whichever input thing uses that, and it'll automatically put it in there for you. Hope that makes sense. You just did it. Oh, was that what is that what the sound was? I totally missed it. Did something pop up? I was so focused on doing something else. But thanks, Mr. Mill, for subscribing. I appreciate it. You're looking into it. There's a few agencies that hire civilians. Go for it, man. I'm sure they are. Unplugs smoke detector, start smoking weed. Oh Lord, looks like Jeremy's gonna have to be arrested when he gets back, when we get to LAX. Violating federal law ×2. Might be ×3 if you're actually, they could say you're smuggling marijuana if you're actually smuggled marijuana onto a plane. So I don't know. But I know at least 2 federal regulations that you just broke. Unplugging the smoke detector, which is manipulated with the smoke detector, and then also smoking on an aircraft, which is also illegal. You really want this game, your brother's coming up, so you hope you get it. Well, I hope you get it too, man. It is an awesome simulator. Really love it. Highly, highly recommend it. I enjoy it. Used to fly FSX. Well, I've been flying it. I was with the FSX from, let's see, 2009 until about 2017, 2016. And then I went to X-Plane, and I did not look back. Hey, violent furlough, who cares? I know, right? Flight attendant's idea. Sure it was. Sure it was. Getting a little bit bumped around up here. But as I was talking to y'all during pre-flight, you have a pretty steady headwind of... it's actually a little bit off to our left. It was going to be more about right here, but it turned out to be a little bit more to the left. It's a little bit more to the west. And it's 73 knots, so it's pretty strong here. Causes a bit of turbulence up here, which, you know what? I did not. You know what I didn't do? I didn't turn off the seatbelts. Oops. My only game on flying is have infinite flight in X-Plane 10, but I mainly use infinite flight. Well, I'll tell you this. X-Plane 11 is way more better than X-Plane 10 in my opinion. Because I did try out X-Plane 10 back when I was flying FSX, and I was like, oh man, this sucks. But when I went to X-Plane 11, I was like, yep, this is awesome. I think it was mainly the interface is what killed it for me originally. You know what? Dadgummit, guys, you're all distracting me, and I didn't turn that from continuous to auto. Oh, man. And you know what? I didn't even put trim air on. Gosh. So many things I did wrong here. And I need to actually turn on my anti-ice because it is really, really cold up here. It's negative 55 degrees Celsius, so probs to turn that on. Make sure my wings don't ice up and cause some problems up here. Flight Simulator 98 from Windows. Oh, man. What? Was it actually called Flight Simulator 98? I thought it was called something else. Well, no, actually it was. It was called Flight Simulator 98. Yeah, because they did it by years until they did FSX 10. Because it was the 10th one they did. We're going down as pilot doesn't have to fly. I know, right? I mean, so to be honest, trim air isn't necessarily a you're gonna die kind of thing. It's a more of a comfort thing for the passengers. It helps balance out the temperature throughout the aircraft from hot and cold areas. Takes hot air and pushes it into the cold areas, but yeah, so not necessary, but definitely more comfortable. So some people just might have been freezing back there. It's all right, no big deal. All right, they're okay. It's Southwest anyway. What do you expect? It's low airfare. Things are gonna happen. Oh. I've actually never had any problems with Southwest. Southwest, no problems. Delta, no problems. The only time I've ever had problems, I flew Continental and U.S. Airways. And both of those times, they overbooked the flight. And they needed volunteers to get off of it so that they could, you know, because they overbooked it, right? So they started offering money. And both times, I think I got $500 worth of credit to fly. So what weather plugins do you use? Nathan, I don't use any. It is standard, built in. I've actually considered going to Active Sky. But I've never actually... I never jumped into one. You never knew that there was a Boeing 738. Boeing 738 is a Boeing 737-800. I don't know if you knew that, but yep, there's a 737-1, 737-2, 737-3, 737-4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. All right, ChanX, appreciate you watching and coming by and talking. You have a good one, man. Have a good night. All right, I said you didn't say good night. You said I had to go. It's night here. Okay. Great stream as always. Happy landings. Appreciate it, man. You have happy landings as well. Oh, I did fly Spirit. Spirit was terrible. Oh my gosh, never fly Spirit if you want any type of comfort. You've been using X Environment development has gone to trash. That's kind of what I've heard. And that's why I was looking at Active Sky. I like the concept of X Enviro, but it's, yeah, like you said, development's gone to trash. I fully agree with that statement. I heard good things about Active Sky. Yep, absolutely, which is why I've been looking at it. But again, that's one of those things that costs money. And I don't have a whole lot of extra money to spend on things like that. Kind of thought Boeing 737 meant 738 meant 737. It does. It means 737-800. So, but if you guys hit the join button down below and join my membership, gives me $4.99 a month. That kind of stuff will allow me to actually buy some things like Active Sky and stuff like that. But you don't have to, of course. I think we're not too far from top of climb. We started getting the LAX VOR, by the way. Yeah, we're 23 nautical miles, sorry, from top of descent. Ooh, frame rate drops. Golly. My frames just got completely torn to shreds right there. Let's see here. Make sure I yep, right VOR's in there. That's in there. I think should be good. I'll switch to the ILS when I get closer. And what's the track on the .251? Let's go ahead and change this to 251. And heading, we'll do, oops, don't want to change that. 251 as well. Put smoke detector back up and leaves restroom. Trust me when I tell you, you can smell the weed. Oh man. Marijuana has a very, very distinct smell. But what is that? I love your vids. My first experience with Flight Simulator was the version by Bruce Artwick on the Commodore 64. Bank Abel, you just dated yourself, sir. Or madam, whichever. Gosh. Gonna go watch some videos I made, so bye. Alright, Mr. Meal. Later, enjoy. Alright, coming up on the top of the descent. We were over Colorado. No, we were not. At no point in time we were over Colorado. Alright, here comes the top of the descent. We we are all over California. Yeah, maybe that's why you want pretzels so much. It's because you've been smoking marijuana. You're getting the munchies. All right, started sending here. Yeah, they're probably going to want me to use some, yep, that's what I thought. Probably be okay, honestly, without it, though. We'll see. Marijuana, that doesn't matter, man. It's two. You disable the smoke detector, and then you smoked on an airline. Both of those are felony offenses. So that's at least 2 years in prison and lots of money in fines. Alright, we're descending onto the area. Give me 1 second, gotta use the restroom. Alrighty guys, I'm back. And everything looks like we're still alive, so that's great. Never got my pretzel somewhere even. That's not how it works, man. That's not how it works. A company giving you a pretzel and committing 2 felony offenses, that's totally not equal to each other. And tripping the pilot, I mean, that's another one right there, I'm sure. I'm sure it is. Has to be. Now we're looking. Ooh. Gosh, this thing's dropping like a rock. Alright, let's bring up the chart here. Gonna use this as we come in. Of course, we are still 94 miles away from LAX. But we're getting into the LA area. And we'll be heading over Palm Springs. Should be just off to the left here. Yep, there it is, Palm Springs. So, yeah. Warren, if you notice, turn the plane around. Please. I would notice. Let's see what the local weather is like. Refresh that. Okay, so we got wind coming in from the west, 260, so coming off the water at 14 knots. It's not changing direction, not variable, so no gusts or anything. 10 nautical miles. Don't know how you forgot trim. I don't know you forgot trim. Okay. View, so it's not a bunch of clouds at about 1,500 or 15,000 feet, and also with 20,000 feet. Scatter at 25,000 feet. It is, I believe this is, temperature is 18 degrees Celsius, dew point is 10, and the barometer is 29.99. Go ahead and change that on my alternate here. 29.99. So that'll kind of be sitting there as we cross through the 18,000 foot threshold. So yeah, so it looks like, and this tells you just when it actually came through, times and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, cool deal. Looks like everything's gonna be great coming in here. 133.80. I thought that's what I had. Yeah, that's what I have. So we should be okay. Should be okay. Go ahead and turn off my ice here. We're descending. Should be okay now. Let's go and turn our terrain radar on. And listen to some music. So all the music here provided is by Gabe Miller Music. You can find him on youtube.com/Gabe Miller1, GABEMILLER1. Fantastic music composer. He does all of it electronically. So if you wanted to check out the music that I play, go ahead and check it out. All right. Hey, I'm back. I wanted to watch one of your takeoffs that they did on a video. All right, cool. That you did. Okay, got it. When doing ILS approach, do you have to have your course knobs at your current heading when you go to final and at 3,000 feet to capture glide slope? So it varies per actual, like your altitude. Capture of the glide slope varies per approach. For example, on this approach into LAX, running in ILS on the 25 left, the capture point for the glide slope is at 1,900 feet. About let's see, 3.8, about 6.5 miles away from the actual runway. So on this one, it's 1,900 feet. Some may be 3,000, some may be 19, some may be 25. It all varies. Just check the charts to see the actual capture point. So just know that. Now, in regards to having your course knobs at your current heading when you go to the final, you don't have to. There's nothing saying you have to. I do it as a backup, and as also as a way to, as I'm getting closer into the area, I can just go to the VOR localizer, and that's if there's a VOR at the airport. Some airports may not have a VOR at the airport. LAX does, and you can actually fly a VOR into the, basically into the runway if it is actually at the airport, and there's a course for that. You don't have to have your course set for it though, but it's good practice to go ahead and do it. That way you get into that habit of always looking for that VOR. Is there one? Yes, no, great, okay, go with it. Do you not have a soul plane? Hey, you know, it's the music. You gotta feel it. Do they give you actual meters, or is it dumbed down? Always. Also, anyway, to talk to ATC. So it depends. If you're using Project Fly, they give you real meters. If you're using Navigraph, they give you pretty much real meters as well. Medars, not meters. If you're using X-Plane, no, it's not necessarily real. They're slightly off. They only update about every 15 minutes. But they're pretty accurate. You can use those as well. Speaking of, I need to update my barometer. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? Crap, I need to do that now. All right, let's look at our decision heights here. So ILS into the runway here. We're going to be using here, let's see, 304 feet, barometer, 200 feet radio. So we go in here, barometer, 304 feet, is what we're looking for. And if we go to radio, it's going to be 200 feet. And this gives me decision altitude if I don't see the runway at this point. And honestly, in this weather, I have no worries I'm going to be able to see the runway or not. But good practice, right? Always good practice to go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and turn on our fasten seatbelt sign. Switches to continuous as well. Getting close to 10,000 feet, we'll turn our landing lights. You can see we're going to be coming in
Los
like
Angeles
this. Oh, there it
INTL
is.
Information Papa.
Let's see what X-Plane
0
says.
100 Zulu weather. Wind 240 at 9. Visibility more than 10. Sky
Landing into the
clear.
wind, that's good.
Temperature 19. Dew point 8. Altimeter 2999.
All right.
Arriving
So
runways
it's accurate.
25 left. 24 right. Departing runways 25.
All right, so we're coming in. It's going to be about 7 degrees coming into us. When there's 7 degrees coming into us, 7 degrees, 7 knots of wind coming into us, we got to make that adjustment for our landing speed. So it's going to it's going to make it feel like it's going faster than it actually is, if that makes sense when you're landing into the wind. Need to do a helicopter next. How long will we be streaming? I don't know how to fly a helicopter. I'm just being honest. I can't. I just can't do it. So if my landing speed, let's do the initial reference here. So if I'm going for 144, and let's say that I have a headwind of 6 knots, I need to set this -6. So I need to make this, I believe it would drop it down to 138. If I'm thinking about this correctly, I could be completely wrong, but I believe that's 138. And that would give me the correct landing speed, because you got to think I'm actually getting 6 knots or 7 knots of wind assisted lift by landing into the wind. Are we there yet? No, but we're close. Going to turn on my landing lights here. We are really close. It's going to be off in this distance right here. Everything's looking good. I think trim air comes off now. I don't remember. I'm just going to turn it off now anyway. Everything's coming in nice and easy here. LAX is your home airport. Awesome. Hey, Mike, are you going to be saving the stream to the channel? Obviously. Always. Yep. If I stream on YouTube, it automatically saves to the channel. So yes. Yes, I will be. All right, Autobots. Auto brake. We're gonna go to. We're gonna go ahead and set our speed brakes here. My VREF should be 137, I believe. And we'll set that. What airline do you usually fly? You mean in the simulator? Or do you mean in real life, like when I go and travel places? Awesome, great flight so far. Well, I'm glad that you think so, J-Ram. All right. I'm going to go and switch over to ILS here. ILS frequency. Both, you guess? Okay. I usually fly... Not to be creepy. It's not creepy. It's cool. In simulator, I fly Southwest, Delta, and American. And that's pretty much what I will agree to fly in real life. Now, I've never flown JetBlue, but I've always thought that JetBlue would probably be a good airline to fly with. I've heard good things about them, so I don't know. But I prefer Delta out of all of them, and it may just be a familiarity of it. I know how Delta operates. I know what I need to do. I know a little bit about Southwest, but I'm not as super familiar with it. And American's just American. I mean, it's just like, it's domestic. It's a domestic airline. I mean, it's not great, but it's not bad either. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like I'm forgetting something coming in here. I feel like I'm forgetting something. All of you all watching, am I forgetting something? All right, let's go ahead and start bringing in our flaps here. Okay, well, see, there you go. I've heard good things about JetBlue. Yes, my pretzel. You finally got your pretzel. There you go. Hope you're happy now. Usually fly Delta. Yep, I usually do as well. Yeah, that's what I was forgetting. I was forgetting flaps. I don't know why. Right, forgetting flaps, but I need to go ahead and start lowering some flaps down this far out. Yep, all my frequencies are set. As you can see, it's already picking up the ILS here. All necessary lights are on at this time. I always get nervous coming into landing, guys, especially when I'm live streaming. I'm like, oh, don't screw this up. Of all the times not to screw it up, this is the time. All right, let's do VOR lock. see the airport out in front of me. $10 will make the evening news for a week. You know, with the best landing ever. That's what we're talking about. Flaps 30. And that's the runway we're shooting for right there. Now notice I'm on VOR lock, so again, using VOR, shooting a 251 radial, I'm coming straight in here. Of course, using ILS, it also locks onto us, so you get both, so. Flaps are supposed to be 10. Hey, well, I want them 30.
1,000 to go.
Because I want to be slow. I'm pretty sure I'm not supposed to drop them to 30 until I hit Lima, but hey, I want to make sure I don't screw this up. Gear down. And approach mode activated. Go around set. I believe it's going to be... I didn't look at this before. Coming out there is the one with 3.6. It's a 2... What is that? A 195 radial. So... 195 at 4,200. 4,200. When you use the VR lock and approach? Approach you use once you're about 10-15 miles away from the airport. Once you got the ILS locked on, you can use approach, but usually wait till about 10-15 miles away. VOR lock's a little bit longer out, so 20-25 miles allows you to get a little bit better lined up using ILS. Speed 144. We're going to drop that down now to 138 because we got a little bit of headwind coming in here. Thousand feet.
1,000 feet, stabilized, Mr. Perch, altitude set.
Disengaging autopilot. Captain's aircraft. Auto throttle's off. It's all me now. All me. Use a little bit of left rudder here. We're gonna have to crab it slightly in here. Not too much though.
500.
Speed is altitude. Altitude is speed.
Approaching minimums.
And we're going to go ahead and go through this landing here. Everything's in sight. Everything's looking good. Speed's a little slow. Bring it up a little bit. A little bit slow. A little low. A little slow and low. Bring it up just a tad here. A little off center. Let's crab it a little bit. Hold that 5 degrees.
30, 20.
Retarding. Bringing up. Flare. And we have touchdown. Bring that nose down. Reversers are out. Just engage that auto brake. Reverser's done.
80 knots.
And a little bit of manual braking here. And we'll come off the runway here. Lane light's coming off. Taxi's coming on. And ladies and gentlemen, welcome to LAX. I hope you have enjoyed the flight today. Please make sure that you go ahead and leave us a review online. And make sure not to mention the pretzels, because some people are mad about that. And Jeremy Swan, if you could hold tight, we got a special offer for you. After we dock at the gate, we're going to have a couple special agents come take you to a special room where you're going to receive some special prizes. This will come off. We're going to go and stop here as we're at another runway here. Make sure we're clear before we continue. Butter. God, I hate flying. Butter. Let's go ahead and bring those flaps up while we're at it. And terrain can come off. And this goes to alt off. We'll look at that landing here in a second. So yeah, that's how you do an ILS approach, guys. That is how you do it. Bring yourselves up to this gate here. And bring it in here nice and easy. Right brakes activated. Go and switch over to APU here. Seatbelt's coming off. It's going to open. And we'll go ahead and change the lights here as well. It's coming off, off. Fantastic. It's going steady. All right, let's go ahead and look at that landing, shall we? Let's go about right here. So I hope you guys enjoyed this stream. If you did, go ahead. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, all that fun stuff. And join. Obviously, I have that new membership program available for those who want to join it. I would appreciate any and all support I can get. And Jeremy, I don't think knocking a guy off a luggage cart and trying to steal it and run away with it, I don't think that's going to work out for you too well. For those wanted to know, my landing rate for that flight right there was negative 155. So I had a 155 feet per second descent when I touched the ground there in LAX, and we'll see that here in just a second. As you can see, I've turned down my settings a lot, all this barren area, just to try to get a bit smoother stream out of this. When I'm not streaming, guys, my game is absolutely gorgeous. I run it at 4K, and it is just phenomenal. I love it. But unfortunately, when I'm streaming, I gotta really reduce all of the settings so I can even just stream out 720p, because my internet connection sucks, but I have the best in my area. It's just 5 upload speed. It's just not good. You could be a passionate every flight. Hey, I don't care. A little bit of role play, I don't mind it. And kissed it. Look at that. Look at that. Right down the money, too. Okay, a little bit off, but it's close enough. I'm impressed with myself. How about that? I am impressed with myself. Let's rewind it a little bit. Let's watch that one more time. Okay, let's change here to, I think it's runway. No, I want a different runway. Is there a way to change the runway? I guess not. That's a little dumb. Hold on. I can get around this. I can get around this. Change it to, what is it? Is it still spot? No, that's not it. One of these allows you to... Oh, free camera, I think is what it... Oh, shoot, nope. That's not what I wanted. Free camera. Ah! Oh, gosh, I don't even know at this point. We'll just do this. We'll go outside, but we'll go in front here. You can see I was having to grab it just a little bit with that wind coming in. Tap. See the reversers come out right there? Look at that. Butter on the toast right there. Butter on the toast. Butter on the toast. Let's back it up a little bit. Let's go internal here. We'll go, give me my X camera here. Let me go ahead and change to, so you get a wing view going on. We'll back it up a little bit. All right, guys, that's going to do it for tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed and enjoy the landing from a passenger's point of view, Mr. Jeremy. And I'll see you guys next time, next stream, next video. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and join the new membership. Appreciate every single one of you and all the support that you've given me in the past and in the future. Thank you, and enjoy your day. I'll see you guys back up in the sky later.